Let's start here. He was, again, on that flight headed towards Alaska, and he was asked about the constant aggression, the constant killing, the more offensive nature of this Russian army that's invaded Ukraine.
We saw that Russia continued its violence into Ukraine last night, launching even more drones. What did you make of that?
Well, I think they're trying to negotiate. He's trying to set a stage. I mean, in his mind, that helps him make a better deal. It actually hurts him. But in his mind, that helps him make a better deal if they can continue the killing. Maybe it's a part of the world. Maybe it's just his fabric, his genes, his genetics. But he thinks that makes him, gives him strength in negotiating. I think it hurts him, but I'll be talking to him about it later.
Launching more offensive operations into Ukraine is a negotiating tool, Donald Trump believes, for Vladimir Putin. He doesn't believe that it's going to work, but I'm going to go talk to him. Did you hear what he said? Him launching more offensives into Ukraine is a negotiating tool only in Vladimir Putin's mind. Therefore, I'm going to go negotiate with him. I think it's working, you dumbass. I think that negotiating tool that you think is being aggressive and fighting and more violence, and then you go to talk to him, that means that it's working to have you go talk to him. So okay, I guess all the folks in LA and DC that are not protesting this military state that's been installed in multiple cities in the country, as that's happening, I guess the message to the American people is he'll negotiate with you if you go fight. How about some violence? That's what the president's calling for, because he respects Vladimir Putin because he's killing people. Once Vladimir Putin starts killing people, he's ready to do some more negotiating. He's been negotiating with them for years. So here's more nice things that Donald Trump had to say about Vladimir Putin and his negotiating tactic of killing people.
A little bit, Mr. President, because I know you've had a lot of phone calls with President Putin. What's the difference in a face-to-face, in-person meeting?
Look, he's a smart guy, been doing it for a long time, but so have I. Been doing it for a long time. And here we are, we're president. That was much more difficult than what I'm doing today, believe me. So we get along. There's a good respect level on both sides. And I think, something's going to come of it. I noticed he's bringing a lot of business people from Russia. And that's good. I like that because they want to do business, but they're not doing business until we get the war settled.
President McDumbass said, we're good friends, and now we're both president. But they've both been doing this for a very long time. Yeah, he's been tugging your ass around for a very long time. You've been his puppy for a very long time. You've grown into an old ass dog, still on that same leash for a very long time. But he keeps patting you on the head and telling you that we're friends. Now, feel you. That's the relationship. Actually, I like the way that CNN put this together. There's CNN talking about that relationship. Sometimes the puppy gets upset, but he always comes back to heel.
Putin said Trump is brilliant. I don't know if he means it, if he doesn't mean it. I don't care. I like it, okay? I like Putin. Now, Putin called me a genius, by the way. I think I'd have a good relationship with Putin, a great relationship with Putin. I hope he likes me. We've had some very, very good talks. I really can't say right now. President Putin is sharp as you can be. Putin, fierce, they're smart.
When you were in office, you said that you respected President Putin. Do you still respect him today?
He made a tremendous mistake. He's a smart guy, To say he got along with Putin, that's a terrible thing. He said, no, that's a good thing. I don't like what Putin is doing, not even a little bit. He's killing people. Putin has been more difficult. I'm not happy with Putin. We get a lot of bullshit thrown at us by Putin. I'm disappointed in President Putin. Very disappointed with President Putin. President Putin, I believe, wants to see peace. I think President Putin will make peace.
All those peace talks were right before he went back to not making peace. And when ceasefires were potentially agreed to or in theory talked about, he went right back to killing more people. But, he kicked Vladimir Zelensky out of the White House, for showing up, in a jumpsuit. Okay, so there's a couple people who have some kind of optimism when it comes to what's going to come out of this meeting. Cool, have that optimism. The only problem is that's not based in any history. It's not based in any kind of things we've seen. It's not based in the previous relationship that these two have had, where he's his friend while telling him everything to do, while making him openly in front of an international community tell the press that his intelligence community, Donald Trump's intelligence community, is wrong in saying exactly what happened that Vladimir Putin was doing in the elections the first time around. That's who we've got in this closed door meeting. But he's got a bunch of business folks coming in, and I can't wait to do business with them, because you know how good Donald Trump is at doing business. Sergei Lavrov showed up as well, too. He's the Russian foreign minister. He does a lot of speaking. You guys might recognize his face. This is them showing up in Alaska, which, by the way, in Alaska, as they rolled through, you could see some protests, people holding up Ukrainian flags, protesting what it is that's probably going to happen in this meeting. So I'm ready to be surprised at the great results of this meeting, but it just will not be based off of what we've seen. And a little bit more of that slap in the face. I think this is just a very simple thing. Some people fall over themselves over it, and I understand it, because what they're doing is they keep showing signs, just like the signs of more attacks as they didn't go for this meeting. It's embarrassing, and it's showing who's the boss. Sergei Lavrov showed up to this meeting, and just pay attention to what's on his shirt.
Сергей Викторович, а вы первый раз на Аляске? Для известия, скажите, пожалуйста, первый? Бывал, я тут уже. Вам нравится?
Let's watch it one more time in case you didn't see it. It's really fast. I have a picture as well.
Сергей Викторович, а вы первый раз на Аляске? Для известия, скажите, пожалуйста, первый? Бывал, я тут уже. Вам нравится?
Well, the first problem is they show up there with like jeans and like a vest on, like a puffy vest. Where's the suit, bro? He's going to kick him out of that meeting, just like he did Zelensky for not showing up with a suit on. But here's a picture as we talk about this. But he's got the USSR sweater. I guess not a t-shirt, a sweater on under his puffy vest, because he wants to make sure these guys know we're going to get what we want. Our federation will be back together, because we've got Donald Trump toting him around, and whatever dirt we've got on Donald Trump, whatever reasons that he continues to do whatever it is that we tell him to do, we're going to get our way. Or maybe we won't, and we just want to piss off enough people that are watching us embarrass him. There's always little things that then lead to bigger things that are signals of what it is that these guys are doing and saying and laughing in this president's face over. But, you know, Donald Trump can't wait to talk to those business folks. And as I pointed out yesterday, as was reported, he's potentially looking to offer up Russian access to that same state, Alaska, where they are right now. Good job. All I'm saying is there's no reason to trust him. Just like there was no reason to trust him about tariffs. Just like there was no reason to trust him about elections. Just like there was no reason to trust him about these mass deportations where they said they're going after violent criminals. What is it that people can trust this president on?